Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Last month, I delivered a lecture on Resmetirom as a new modality of treatment in MASH. And in today's vlog, I want to share the highlights of my lecture with you, as well as the faculty discussion which happened after the lecture, the main points, the main questions and answers. And I hope that this will help you out in the better decision making in your clinical practice of hepatology when dealing with the patients with fatty liver disease. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The title of my lecture was Resmetirom in the Management of MASH, a New Era in Hepatology. The learning objective of my lecture was to update hepatologists on the clinical utility, mechanism, and evidence supporting resmetirom as a promising agent for MASH treatment. The key themes and talking points of my lecture included overview of MASH, previously called non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, and disease burden. Then pathophysiology and role of thyroid hormone receptor beta agonists in liver fat metabolism. Then mechanism of action of resmetirom in reducing hepatic steatosis and fibrosis. And the clinical trial evidence, NASH and NAFLD-1 on histological improvements, and safety profile and tolerability in liver patients, as well as potential place in therapy, standalone versus combination with lifestyle pharmacological interventions. And then the regulatory status and future directions in MASH therapeutics. So after this lecture, there was an excellent faculty discussion session, and I would like to share the important questions asked and answered in that faculty discussion, and I hope that these questions will help you out in better clinical decision making while treating fatty liver disease patients in your clinical practice. So the first question asked was, how does resmetirom differ mechanistically from previous pharmacological approaches for MASH, and why is the THR beta pathway a promising target? So the answer for this question was that resmetirom selectively targets thyroid hormone receptor beta in the liver, enhancing lipid metabolism, reducing hepatic fat accumulation, and promoting anti-inflammatory and anti-fibrotic effects. Unlike PPAR agonists or GLP-1 receptor agonists, which have systemic or metabolic effects, resmetirom's liver selective mechanism minimizes systemic side effects and directly targets hepatic steatosis and fibrosis, making THR beta an attractive disease-modifying target in MASH. So this was the answer to the questions which was asked from the faculty. The second question asked was, what are the key findings from the NASH and NAFLD-1 trials that support resmetirom's approval trajectory? The answers: both trials showed significant histological improvements in liver steatosis, inflammation, and fibrosis. Macitro-NASH demonstrated resolution of NASH without worsening fibrosis and improvement in fibrosis without worsening NASH, meeting both FDA surrogate endpoints. Macitro-NAFLD-1 reinforced non-invasive biomarker improvements, that is MRI, PDFF, ALT, and LDL-C with a favorable safety profile. These data collectively support Resmetirom's potential regulatory approval and its first-in-class status, and we know it has been approved. Then the other question asked was, considering Resmetirom's mechanism and efficacy, could it be considered a standalone therapy, or should it be used in combination with lifestyle or metabolic agents? And the answer was, while Resmetirom shows strong independent efficacy, optimal management of MASH remains multifactorial. Combining it with lifestyle modifications, that is weight loss, exercise, or metabolic agents, that is GLP-1 receptor agonists, may enhance outcomes in patients with coexisting metabolic syndrome or obesity. And future combination trials will clarify synergistic effects, but in current practice, Resmetirom is best viewed as an adjunct in a comprehensive MASH management plan. Then the other question was, what are the current regulatory hurdles and potential future directions for Resmetirom in clinical hepatology? The answer was, Resmetirom received breakthrough therapy designation from the FDA. As of recent updates, it underwent priority review and regulatory approval has been given on robust phase 3 data. We know that. Future directions include studies on long-term cardiovascular outcomes, early intervention in fibrosis stages, and potential use in non-MASH NASH fatty liver phenotypes. The real-world data will be crucial in defining its place in clinical algorithms and long-term cost effectiveness. So thank you very much for being with me in today's vlog. I discussed with you the overview of my lecture on the Resmetirom in the management of fatty liver disease, and I shared the question answers, the important question answers asked in the faculty discussion, and I hope that these question answers will help you out in better clinical decision making while treating fatty liver disease patients in your clinical practice. I end here. Inshallah, I see you in another vlog on such style when I gave another lecture, and what was the overview of that and what questions answers were asked on that. I'll be sharing that with you in the next vlog. Till then, take care. Khuda Hafiz.